Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a wonderful book report here on the Pixel Classroom podcast. Yes, it's been a little while, which is a good time. As many people know, if they listen to the audio of my last episode here, I have been gone for a little over a month here for various reasons, and now here I am getting everything kicked back up, and we, of course, are going to do it right now with a book review. That's right, it's book review time, and, of course, I've got some ones here. I have Chasing Rabbits by Sunil Singh, and, of course, I've got Lessons That Last by Julie Schmidt, Hasson, and Lauren Estes-Swilley. So we're going to go right into them too. So let's go ahead and share a little piece. We'll start with, of course, we'll target it right off with Chasing Rabbits, which of course is a curious guide to a lifetime of math and wellness. That's right. So this actually came out a while ago here. I've been meaning to read it. If you, of course, as you see right now, it has a Kindle price special of $9.97 plus $1 for credits if you have any right now too. So Sunil's been a big math teacher for many years, and of course he's been really talking about the magic of how math works into it. How it's, of course, how advocates get lost, slowing down, and of course how they can feel be winner. And as for someone who, of course, has not only been himself only a math here, of course, I had to pick this up. So yes, I picked it up. I was really enjoying this book. I mean, I've read several books before. Math-wise, I've been able to actually bring them in, such as different areas and different things. And to me, since I'm a business and tech teacher, so, media uses a lot of math for, of course, dimensions, shapes, and sizes, as well as doing area. But believe it or not, what I really got kicked out of here was he would talk about Albrecht's little talk here about the mathematics limit, and I'll put it here. But he, of course, has the pictures here of the turtle and the areas about doing the little pictures here about art and how much it is used in the areas too. And like I said, I have the one little right here example here. This is, of course, page 84 here, but I really like this because it says there's an academic route to the most compelling idea of math alienation, which Peter Taylor, professor of Queen Elizabeth University in 2006, winner of Adrian Part Award, outstanding contribution to Canadian math education. He also founder of the website rabbitmath.ca, which actually I highly recommend checking out. It's really cool. But he also talks about the little areas about how it works with the mathematics and how it fills with awe and wonder. And that's something I think a lot of us do not understand. Some people just go on and work with the pieces here of math, what it is basic, how do you balance, how do you subtract, how you add, how do you measure? But there's quite the world into it. And something that Sunil goes into a lot of in the book is actually not only how is it around us, but how it is useful and how there's just a magic and artwork of the book. So for someone who took a while to read this book, because everybody knows, usually I jump and grab books right away. It's not been happening in the last 8 months for various reasons, but I am so very happy I finally got this in here. So if you've not checked it out, and of course, this is an I Am Press book here. So George, if you're listening, I'm promoting the IS books here because why not? I Am Press, Day Burgess and all the fun stuff here too. But this was a really good book. If you're a math teacher, a person that just uses math in slight areas, or you're interested in looking into, I'd seriously get into this because A Curious Guide to a Lifetime of Mathematical Wellness, Chasing Rabbits. This is really, really well done book. Thank you. Good job. No, give it the full 5 stars. Great book. And on that note, why don't we go on to my second book? Now, this one I actually did buy on here once I actually put on the right screen here. There we go. Here we go. Lessons That Last, which was a joint thing here. I have always followed Julie and Laura's work quite a bit here, but I like this. I have to say, this school year in general here has been a little bit more tiring than used. I mean, a lot of teachers have been saying this school year just feels very tiring for various reasons. It can be the community, it can be the areas, it can be the students, it can be the lessons, it can be the weather. And I have to say, the Lessons That Last is really good. Now, this is really kind of a chapter book. It's got several lessons from everything, some developing character to, of course, breaking barriers, teaching resilience, serving together, coach's choice. So there's a lot of stuff in here and I really like it. But I think the one that really threw at me was lesson 19 right here, of course, which was giving empathy. You know, there are some days when a student needs a break, and their compassion brings relief and restoration. This story comes from Shane, who remembers a tough day that made a little easier in Mrs. Casey's classroom. This one really jumped on me, and I really talk about the reflection because each chapter has a reflection. They're small chapter. I mean, it's a book, but you can go through this pretty fast. I read this in a whole weekend. It's at hard times or sad times, your students look to you for your classroom to be safe and supportive place. Even when you can't bring themselves to engage in lessons, activities happening around them, your students are comforted by being with someone who cares for them and allows them to take care of their needs. I think that just is huge because of Port Talk, because we talk about this one about, not as SEL, but also there are a lot of students. They're doing battles we don't know. We know what it's like to be a kid or a teenager, and as we said too, some things that happen to you are not going to probably matter as you leave the classroom, but there's a lot of things in battles we don't know we go through. And the one thing it really teaches too is also sometimes you have to listen to other students. Other teachers that you have to listen to and how this works. And I think this book really has a lot of something for everybody. You're an administrator, you're a teacher, you're an aide, you're into the early lanes, or you're coming down to retirement. This is really good because Lessons That Last is really great. It has some inspiring stories. It definitely can help you through some hard times. I know it definitely got me thinking of a couple classroom tales here, including where is it, staying connected. One of the reasons teachers get to return in classroom year after year is the connection with students, and that's very true. I have to say, some students I've connected with in the last 2 years I've been with my current school district, and the fact that earlier this honestly, during cross country, I ended up seeing some former students of mine from my last school district, and that connection was still there. They were very happy to see me. They knew I was cheering them on as well as my own school. But the fact that two of them told me, I'm so happy you were here, Dr. Reed. Thank you for being here for us still after all this time. So yes, it's really a very meaningful book. It's got a little something, and it's short too. You can read this slowly at a time or anything else, but it's really good. And I really check out these books if you haven't here. I mean, like I said, Lessons That Last, I was able to get on right away. Why Chasing Rabbits, I didn't get into much longer after its release. But if you haven't, I would highly recommend looking for these books. You can find them at your local vendor, or of course look on the websites or anything else. But good job on both books. 4 stars for me, my opinion on this. But I really like the chapters. I like the way it's pieced on this. And two of you, Sunil and Julie and Lauren, if you're ever interested in being on the podcast, because I'm sure because I'm going to share you this link. Thank you so much for writing these books. Thank you for putting the time, for you doing the classroom and everything else, because you guys also shared your personal stories as well as I have too. That sometimes it's very hard teaching, especially now these days too. So thank you so much for what you did, everything you put out too. I don't have much else to do, guys, because usually my book reviews here, when they're like this, I usually keep them short and sweet and to the point. Nice little bite-sized little pieces on here too. So I'm going to leave everybody alone. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see everybody back in December. I've got a upcoming piece here on my Cricut design space, which I've been working a lot with the classrooms and in my geocache. So we're going to be doing some nice little lesson pieces on that here on the live stream as well as on the audio. And I'm hoping to wrap up the 2023 with a really cool guest. They just have to get back to me. Hopefully they're going to say yes here, and we're going to get it happening really, really soon. So, because we've been trying for months, and things keep happening, and hopefully we're going to have it to wrap up 2023 and then see what goes on for 2024. And of course, yes, my Black Friday sale here for things looking for the classroom for this holiday, as well as 2024. And of course, my year wrap up here for 2023. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope everybody has a great time, and I will see everyone later.